Bash Friday night. Friday night, Kid Bash. Friday night, Kid Bash. Friday night, Kid Bash. Yo, it's Friday night. UFC. Friday night, Kid Bash. UFC and the Wicked Wookie. Friday night, Kid Bash. Hey everybody, MC here, and it's Friday night, Kit Bash, and we're just hanging out. I've got, I think I got my new camera set and ready to go for you guys. Thank you, Littles. Camera's all set. This might be our new live setup, but I do also have a new recording base for my phone because last week, I don't know if you guys remember, I said I broke it. But what's really cool is with this new recording base for my pre-record content, I have this like cool little Bluetooth clicker so I can take photos and I won't get any motion blur whatsoever. So I'll be able to take this thing outside and do like sky photos and like catch UFOs and stuff now. So we'll have some really cool stuff for some of the other shows that we do. I have wanted to do a sky watching show for a while, so that might be something we do here in the fall when the weather's nice and cool and not too hot. All right, I'm charging my Bluetooth right now. Woohoo! All right. What we are working on tonight within the show's parameters, though, on Friday Night Kit Bash, is we have these parts right here for the Master Grade Gundam Barbatos. So we are going to work on getting these pieces, each one by one, up to paint ready. So that means after we get done with handling these pieces, they'll be ready to go directly into a bath for washing, and they'll come out, we'll dry them, and they'll get painted. I am not planning on doing a whole lot of panel line work for this kit. This kit's going to be more so a just certain parts are going to be certain colors. Like certain parts of the Gundam have to become certain colors and stuff. And I have a color scheme and a format for this kit that makes it super easy. So all it is just, paint by layers, color one at a time type of a thing. And it should go pretty quick and easy. So here's that. I'm gonna get a sip of this real quick. And then we are waiting on some of our other team members to stop by, say hi. And if you're out there watching, come on in, say hi. Drop something in the chats. If you start chatting with us, I'll throw the chat bar up so we can see what everybody's talking about. We are streaming live on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. So if any of you are interested in knowing, where you can find us, we are building our presence on TikTok as well, just so you know. So yeah, that's it. That's all we're doing. Somebody shows up, we'll let them in and start a conversation. I think I got some background music I can play somewhere. Hold on. See if it plays. All right. Here we are. We got some. This music is licensed through my streaming service that I use. I have a paid license for all the music that you'll hear tonight on this show. The license is Music AI through Restream.io. So if you are looking for that, there's a disclaimer also in the description of the video, giving you information on how to find sounds we use on our background audio. And just be clear, we pay good money for this. So don't be flagging me. Don't do it. Naughty, naughty. It's alright though. We got this. So, what I like to do for master grades is really nice to just hit it with these buffing pads. And if you just take these buffing pads and hit your part, it'll scuff it up enough to collect the paint that you want to put on it. And then you don't have to sand a whole bunch off. Now, if the paint you're using builds layers and makes it thicker and thicker as you paint, not all do. Some don't. Some are just really nice thin coats. Some aren't. So, however, if you are those types of people who are using those paints that build up in layers, I do suggest sanding down in certain sections a little more than I probably am right now. Just because. Well, last week was fun. It was Friday the 13th last week, and we played played Friday the 13th, the video game, on the Late Night Road podcast. That was fun. We hung out here for a little bit on the Friday Night Kit Bash, a couple hours actually. He's getting caught up. Well, I've been reaching out to a few people. I tried reaching out to a sponsor mate of ours, and I haven't heard back from him. So maybe by next week he'll get back to me and we can do the show next week. I know he's got kids and stuff, and life is busy, and so just like why. So that is definitely, don't be upset or anything. Don't worry. He's a good guy. He'll probably get back to me when he has time. Gave him a week and then I shot him a second message though. Just let him know. Okay. Yeah. Trying to hang out for a little bit. We'll do that. And I like to see music though. I am just sanding the areas that had the nubs to 800. If you're wondering what grit I'm using, using 800 grit. I'm just sanding those areas that had the nubs to keep them flush. And then once I do, I switch over to the buffer. And then I make sure I hit everything with the buffer. Just real quick, doesn't have to be perfect. Some of those uneven surfaces even out a little bit. Yeah, it's just patience, just getting all those spots done. So this will be my first Gundam Barbatos. My list of accomplishments that I want to do for this kit, or my build sheet that I have, is it's not a very long build sheet for this kit. So we're gonna give it a custom paint job. I have holographic water slide decals, and then I have a metal inner frame. So there'll be a bunch of pieces replaced on the inner frame, but for some reason it doesn't look like the entire inner frame. I thought I bought the entire thing, but as I look at it, it looks like it's like half of the parts are going to become metal. So, and there we go. That's the part fully hit with the sauce. You just put that in bins. I separate all my parts into bins, like these bins right here. It makes it easier to track your parts for when you're assembling. You can just look through a bin that has the runner title to it, and you'll find the part about 20% quicker than if you just jumbled all your parts together. So, I hate dropping things. That's the one thing I do hate. This one really fell. Man, where is that guy? Who's our friend?
On Friday.
Oh. All right. Oh man, my brother's not the funniest. Hold on. Let me help him out.
What's up, man?
What's up, buddy?
Long time no see, my friend.
Yeah.
Looking good, man. Looking good.
So, look, I pulled my manual out for that. Because, like I said,
Yeah.
I don't have the one you have. I have a different one. But here's the thing. On the one I have, there's no there's no hose in the torso or the waist at all on this one. That hose unit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so on the Verka, there's no hose unit. So that's why I was like, maybe we could talk about that and talk about those differences, because it looks like the Verka unit, Katoki, he addressed all those tubing issues and stuff that a lot of builders like to make jokes about, like, here's the build flaw,
I see where it can be a hand grenade. Like, seriously, I see it, because this is, like, beyond me. This is, like, my third master grade that I've done. And this is just a rough build.
All right.
Yeah.
So,
like, it goes, like, right. Hold on, let me get some better light here. So, can you see right here?
Yeah, I see that.
All right, so that is, like, where it goes. Where's the piece at? There's the piece. You see that little inside nub right there?
Yeah.
That's where it's supposed to connect into it at. So it's supposed to go like right here and here, and then those go on a spring, which go around onto another thing, and yeah, it's all like, what the fuck?
Yeah. So what I would have to say, or what I would know of that is maybe once that whole thing is fully assembled, it'll have pressure that holds that part in place.
I'm hoping so.
Once you've reached the full assembly of it, that's what I think it was designed to do. Or a lot of that, that's what a lot of those sections are, is assembly and the pressure holding certain things together. So, yeah, I would assume that's definitely how they address that issue.
Yeah, I would see where that is too. But like, so I got another question. We're not live, are we?
Yeah, we're live.
Oh, hi guys, long time no see. So like, do you pay for Crunchyroll?
No, we had Crunchyroll a couple months back, but I canceled it to switch for Disney Plus. Then we had Disney Plus for about 4 months. Then we canceled that. Now we're sitting on Hulu. We got Hulu because right now Hulu has all the shows that we like to watch.
See, I've got access to like some. I got access to Netflix and Disney Plus and Hulu and Paramount Plus. But like, Loki season 2. Oh, dude.
Oh yeah, I haven't watched any of Loki.
I gotta say, the guy that got to play Loki is damn good.
Yeah. Well, when everything was coming out, me and my wife were watching everything, but we only watched stuff together. And like her work picked up, and she was like pulling doubles and triples and stuff. So it was really hard for us to like sit down and just watch our shows and pay attention to them. So we fell super behind on all that stuff. So like we haven't watched Moon Knight, we haven't watched any of Loki. We've only watched like 2 episodes of WandaVision. We have not watched the Panther movie. We have not watched. Like we're just so far behind on Marvel, bro. Bad, dude.
So, like, I didn't know if I got a chance to tell you guys anything about like my group that I started. It's just not Gunpla. It's all nerdy things.
Yeah. No, we pay attention, man.
Well, I didn't know if you guys had been paying attention to me since we had our little fallout, we'll say. I kind of had a lot going on back then. Yeah. But dude, like I'm really satisfied with the way this gunner's coming along.
Cool.
So what's been going on with the late night load? Have you guys been talking about any like stuff that's been going on lately with certain communities?
Well, we try to keep things non-political.
Well, not political. I mean, like as far as like paranormal activity.
Not really. Our focus has been scientific topics and like just UFO sightings if we catch any new UFO sightings. But as far as like anything in the supernatural side of things, no, not really. And here goes the other some Mitch. There we go. We got the model Rocketeer in the house.
What's up, buddy?
Hello, Gary.
Hey, man.
It was just in the background asking me a bunch of questions on text message, and I'm like, you know what? I'm in the middle of a live. How about I just have you come on and we'll discuss what real quick. It's Gundam related, anyways. So I'll just
Right on, absolutely.
and we'll do that.
How you been? Like
talking about.
Good to see you, man. You're looking good.
I feel good, thank you.
So yeah, Bit's in for a little bit tonight. Just
Yeah, you're looking good too, man. Like you got things going on, big things happening. That's awesome. Good to hear.
I'm gonna be a dad.
I hear that. That's amazing, dude. That's one of the greatest privileges in the world.
Yeah, I know. I never thought I'd get a second chance at being a father again. Let alone at 38.
Right on.
Oh, like you guys got to play Final Operations 2 yet?
No,
What is it?
I'm trying to finish downloading that new UC0100 on mobile. So you guys,
Like I can't find. It got deleted off my phone. I think my girl's kids got a hold of my phone one day and just accidentally deleted it. But I had Gundam Origins on that on my phone.
No, they have this. There's this new one that just came out like last week, along with the metaverse stuff. So it's called UC0100, I think is what it's called, and it's a Universal Century. It's going back to Universal Century. It's a game. Anyways, it's like playing Final Fantasy Tactics, like an old school JRPG style game. A lot like the old Digimon game as well on PlayStation 1. So if you remember playing that game back on PS1 where it was like that battle system.
You had to hit over and then you went over one. If you hit it twice,
right. So that's what it kind of reminds me of, the graphics I saw for the preview. So I was like, I've been wanting to check it out and stuff. Loaded up on the late night load, but it just hasn't been it's so big. Like every time I try to download it, it's like, here, you got to download 4 more gigabytes of stuff. I'm like, oh man, like 4 gigs? Like, I don't know if my phone can handle that right now. Like between doing video production, taking photos of all my projects, and like all that type of stuff. Yeah, I was like, geez, my phone's just like getting overloaded. So
again,
I'll check and see where I'm at on the downloading of stuff.
Like, wasn't that a problem at one point in time when I first started off in y'all's group?
Yep, it's called Gundam UC Engage.
I think I corrupted one of my friend's souls. I turned them on to the ways of Gunpla.
Don't worry. I don't think it's really a corruption of souls.
Not at all.
Well, I don't think it's a corruption either, but that's like a little joke that me and him have. I turned him into a bigger nerd than he already was. I mean, the skills were already there. He was already a very good advocate for Lego. So
3.79 gigabytes left out of 7.6. 7.6 gigabytes is how big this game was. And I'm just like, really? Are you kidding me?
Like, see, that game is not compatible with my phone. I mean, that is probably my next paycheck.
Yo,
And I
well,
only work at Halloween City, so like right now it is like getting towards the end of the season.
I got a couple things that come before a new phone, but yes, that is on the list. My phone's 3 years old, so
Hey, mine's older than that, man, and I haven't even had it that long. I got one of those refurbished phones.
my phone was new when I got it.
See, like the newest thing that I've got right now out of all the gear that I've got, besides my nippers, probably my laptop. I got this laptop. Guy was wanted the BitLocker bypass, and he just said, "Screw it, keep it if you can bypass it."
I just got this new phone camera stand selfie stick thing, and like so a tripod's open, or like selfie
Oh, it's
sticks.
got the heavy duty telescopic pole.
Yeah, and then it's got
Nice.
so it's got lights along with that. So this thing's pretty cool. This is my new phone. Like it'll be the stand that holds my phone while I'm recording me doing builds off live. But while I'm live, I'll be using my I've got an overhang webcam that I've attached to my spotlight. So now it's a spotlight cam.
So like one of the a couple of things that I did pick up that I just remembered. I got a computer surround sound set. And some other gear that I've been like slowly piecing together with everything I've been getting. So, my setup is slowly coming together.
So before we get too far into it, let me pause this. Get over here. Throw this up real quick. Sponsor announcement. From now to October 31st, each purchase you make entitles you to a chance to win a $100 gift card at ClarksvilleHobbyDepot.com. Anyways, head on over there to Clarksville Hobby Depot. Whatever you buy gets you a chance to enter in. Now, I'm not saying make a whole bunch of different purchases, but if you also head over there right now, you can use our discount code G_Syndicate10, and that'll get you 10% off for $25 or more. And if you spend enough, that'll get you up to, like, what do you think? Free shipping if you spend enough on that with that discount code on your first purchase. That's amazing.
Yeah.
So head on over there and do that. Get over there and spend some money at Clarksville Hobby Depot. Oh, who's got that music? Whose background is that?
That's probably me.
Okay.
Son of a witch doctor. Oh!
Trouble, can you turn that down, please?
Yeah, I will. I just knocked over the fruit. Son of a bitch.
Don't want to be a joke, but we gotta make sure we're not. Watching Invader Zim.
I was watching that not too long ago. How dare you?
That's what it sounded like you were watching. It sounded like you were watching Invader Zim.
No, actually, I'm watching Tri Fighters.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's the last fight with Team Celestial Spear.
Okay, I didn't watch too much of the Build Fighters series.
See, I mostly watched it for the suits, not the storyline. I mean, I paid enough attention to the story, so I knew the backstory on like the main units and the main pilots. That's about it. I gotta admit, there is a variation of the Kameki that I wouldn't mind, the Kameki burning that I wouldn't mind building, but I would need parts from the Master Gundam and the wing Hondo was part of it too.
Oh no! Okay. So just making them parts look like they're brand new again.
I've been like, so how did you enjoy your GM Sniper 2 there, Carrie?
It was good. I like it. I mean, it's just a regular. It's nothing real special over any other GM build. But I just like it aesthetically. It's just a good looking mobile suit. Got a great profile and stuff. Obviously, I'm not a big fan of the color, so I'm really sitting back looking at a recolor. I think I'm gonna see what I can do. I'm gonna try to recolor it.
I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh man, that seems to be happening quite a bit lately.
What's that? Say again.
Like brain farts. I'm getting old folk brain.
Oh.
That's what my grandfather called it.
Huh.
He called it either that or old fogies disease.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah, I'm not subscribing to that.
So this kit has like so much inside detail. It's crazy.
like which one? What are you putting together?
On the inside of all the parts.
The master grade Barbatos.
Ooh, Barbie.
So,
so.
But I even noticed that on the HG that I have of the Lupus Rex, there's a lot of detail that's hidden on the underside of a lot of the armor plates. You never see it. Like, you would never, ever see it, ever. Unless
I'm surprised with how much detail are just in the frames themselves. It kind of reminds me of a 40K figure with some of the hosing. Like the Criminal Spinner I put together was crazy on the hose.
I feel like it's got a lot to do with like you can like zoom in with cameras and stuff and check out those areas. I'll carry your audio jack.
Who, me?
No, Carrie's audio.
Yeah, I'm bad at converting here in Mission Control.
So it just looks like you're talking and then no sound.
Yeah, no, it's not going to be.
It's like the old Looney Tunes episode where they're moving their mouths like to freak people out. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm surprised like how easy this is coming off with this eraser.
I'm going to get that Gundam head onto Jason Voorhees.
Ooh, that would be fun.
Nice.
Yeah.
What would you use as the weapon though?
I don't know. I don't really have anything. It's just a figure, so I think I need to find like a grandpa head to put on this guy. It's only fitting. It's a Jason Voorhees.
You could use the Golf B, the Goof B heat saber. He's about the closest thing you could find.
The guy that plays Jason Voorhees looks like Diamond Dallas Page.
Yeah. DDP.
Dude,
There's a bunch of references that just went down there, right? So.
Yeah, it's not because his face is missing. So I'm gonna take the head and just swap the head out.
Okay.
Well, I mean that works.
I'm trying to get rid of these weird little mold lines. I hate that with like a certain part, like it'll be in a part that shows, and it's a part that like when you take that picture, you don't want that mold line there, so it just bothers you if you don't get it.
Right.
Anyways, that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just slowly, meticulously sanding this robot. And the theme for this master grade build will be Wolverine.
Nice.
I know. I can't wait to see this.
Yeah, did you guys know that? I'm using for like I just recently picked up a Gundam marker. One of these ones from huh?
I'm joking. I don't know.
Like no,
I've never
but
used-
here's another thing though.
Yeah, panel liner. That's the best.
Yeah. I just gotta get something to be able to do the touch ups with. I heard that Zippo fluid's really good for taking off the Tamiya.
I
Good
don't
luck.
recommend that at all.
Good luck.
I don't recommend it at all. You're gonna learn something you don't want to learn. I promise.
Like that's what I've been hesitant on. I've been trying to find
the lighter
reason.
fluid is gonna dry the natural oils in the plastic. It will get brittle and it'll just shatter.
Ooh, what would I want to use then?
Alcohol
Ah, good old fashioned
Nice.
rubbing alcohol.
and Q-tips.
Really low amount of rubbing alcohol on a Q-tip, or like whatever your paint is. Like
Yeah.
what your thinner is that you're using for the paint you use. So like if you're using
I'm
like I
using this
use
now.
lacquers. So when I'm using lacquers, I use this paint thinner when I'm using anything. And this is to me a base. This is
Yeah.
to me anyways. So this
Some of the
works
best
with
you can get.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I put it on a Q-tip real lightly and I just rub it against the surface wherever I need it to. And you're gonna use a lot of Q-tips, okay? Don't
I
They're gonna get
already
dirty.
figured that out.
try to be
They're
one of
gonna
those
get dirty.
people that try to get that Q-tip as far as possible. You're wasting your
Yeah.
wasting your
Use
paint
it till it's
thinner.
dirty. It starts leaving smudges, pitches.
Yeah.
The next
Okay.
thing I could recommend that I use sometimes is it's made by Papermate and it's called a white pearl eraser.
Ooh.
But the white pearl eraser works amazing and it will take away the panel line, Gundam marker. It works really incredibly well for blending interesting shapes and shades in crevices.
Yeah. Like I need to find another good eraser anyway, so like I'll definitely check that out. Like I've been drawing once again and like other like just a little bit like I've been keeping myself busy more so than anything. But yeah. Like probably next week's check I'm probably gonna get those gun primer gate erasers.
Nice.
Or nub eraser, I think is what it was actually called.
The razor,
Yeah.
gun primer razor, nub eraser.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're all right.
I was thinking about getting one of the kits.
I love mine. I wouldn't trade it for anything else at the moment. I've never used really anything else. I mean, I've used a lot of crap before, but I have a gun primer set of the eraser and balancer and all that. I love it. I live by it.
Hell yeah. Like I remember you guys telling me about that, and then there was a few other things, and like I've been slowly working up to it. Like I just got a set of these, like of single blade nippers.
Right on. Hell yeah.
You're gonna want two of them.
I'm thinking about buying another set anyways because like
It's a two-clip system. Like you get your shitty ones, you clip them off the runner. You take your good ones, you nip them down tighter. Then you get out your standing equipment, go to town, finished product.
All right.
you know, like see, I've got
I'll
these
show you.
ones for these are my good ones, and then where are my? I've got a set around here somewhere. At least I thought I
You
did.
see the thickness difference in my two nipples.
Like, see, this is what I've been using to get it off the runner. It's just a pair of nippers, not nippers, but wire cutters, and then I just usually go in and I've got some glass files. I've got an X-Acto knife.
Yeah. So do you see the thickness difference in my two nippers?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
blue
those
handled
real
one
thin
is
blades. Those are delicate. They can be delicate, but those are
the blue handled
amazing.
one is my second cut nippers, my
Yep.
God hands. The black handled ones I got from USA Gundam store, and it's a single bladed nipper as well, but the cutting blade is twice as thick as the God hands cutting blade. So you sacrifice a little bit of the quality from the God hand with the USA Gundam single blade nipper, but
Yeah.
it's durable enough for it to be your primary, your first cut nipper. So that's what I use it as. So I have a single blade that's a first cut, and then I use my God hand as my second cut, and then I have this set of clear files plus a buffer sponge. So these two files right here, I use these two, and they work really well. I don't have any issues with them. And then I use usually a 800 sandpaper, and then these Maryton, they're like nail buffing pads for buffing your fingernails. They work really good for your gun. That's what I use for my setup because it's just cost effective.
See, like I could probably get set up with some nice tools that will last a minute with this job that I've got.
Yeah.
It's just all about timing because I've also got bills that I gotta pay now too.
Oh, definitely, man. Make sure your bills first, dude. Right? So with this, all the tools I showed you besides the God hand, all really were very cheap tools. They're very, very easy to get your hands on. I paid for a big, huge package. This package of these, it was like 1, 2, 3. There was like a bunch in here. I paid less than $7 for this package, I think, and that's lasted me for over a year, just for those buffing sponges. These plastic glass files that I bought, you get 5 of each for $10. 5 clear, 5 black for $10. And then sandpaper, man, 50 cents. You know what I mean? Like sandpaper's cheap. You know, everything I use, and the reason why I use it is because everything's gonna wear out, right? So as long as you take good care of your stuff, it'll last a little longer, but it's gonna wear out no matter what. If you spend $35 on a single glass file and a buffer, those two things might last you 5 Gundams. They might last you 10 Gundams. You know, the longevity of your tools and stuff. This specific glass file, however, it has a few clogs on it. I've actually have gotten this glass file alone has gotten me through over 10 Gundams. So longevity for the value as well. So that's what I think about when I buy tools and products. I'm always thinking about the longevity of the tool and the product to make sure that just to make sure that that's a good product. And that was one of the things I was gonna do when I first started doing videos and stuff. I was gonna build Gunpla and also show people like what tool I was using and stuff. And then we got together with somebody else in the crew that they wanted to do that, and we were letting them do that for a while, and I stopped doing it altogether. And now they don't do Gundams anymore, and I do. So, and they deleted all their videos.
I say I got a little tip for you. If you got a glass file and it's clogged up, so you got your old lady's hair dryer, you can heat it up. I mean, not everybody has one, but if you go to the Dollar Tree, the Dollar General, you can in the auto department a little brass wire brush. It's got to be brass. It can't be heavy duty, so it's going to be a soft wire brush. You could probably use a toothbrush, but you heat the file up with a hair dryer a little bit, so the plastic starts to kind of get soft, and then brush it with the brass brush. It'll clean the teeth out, but it's not strong enough to damage the file. Just kind of brush it out because it's just clogged up. It'll come out of the teeth if you loosen it up.
Yeah.
I just used my fingernail and a little paintbrush.
Hell yeah.
See, like, I have my own little brush that I use on my tools, like my files and stuff. Where'd it go? Here we go. I do not like that torso right now. Like, there's one.
Right on. Yep. Absolutely. That helps.
Yeah.
But
Like
you
I
want
said, I'm
to
looking
keep
to
your
get
files
to-
clean. Keeping your files clean will really help, because if you build up any kind of heat and there's leftover residue on a file, it can melt and be spread onto the plastic of your kit. It will bond to it.
Yeah. I've seen people do some pretty miraculous things, we'll say, and I'm using miraculous in a hubris type of setting.
Gotcha.
Of course, I've seen guys melt the floaters on the inside of their carburetor into the floater tank themselves. How? I don't know. I really don't want to know. They were that kind of special.
That's definitely a level of special that I cannot speak on.
I mean, like I said, special. Yeah. Have you guys heard about anything about that Gundam movie that's supposedly coming out?
The live
Not
action
for a
one?
little while.
Yeah. Any
Well,
more news on that?
it's been in development for over 2 years now.
Right, and then it got silent for a minute.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
that's
got
what I was,
silent for a minute, but here's the deal. This is what we're getting for a movie. We are getting Gundam probably 1, 2, and 3 compressed together in one big movie, live action.
And it's going to be an extended type of movie. I bet it's going to be a 3-hour movie at least.
Yeah, it's going to be a big movie, a big long movie. But what I'm saying is, like, it's going to be the
it's
whole
going to be basically
storyline compressed, or it's going to be
Yeah.
like Gundam Origins, where they skim over everything from the first 3.
Right.
and there's so much more to it. Like Amuro and Char's little thing goes so far beyond just 0079. There's a lot to that storyline, that people don't even realize.
Well, yeah, I mean, Hathaway's Flash. We've been waiting on the second movie for that for a long time too.
Yeah,
Right.
I know. I wonder. So, all right,
It's working. They're working on it. It's taking forever.
Right. The animation is such a high level. It's just, there's a lot going in. It's going to be spectacular.
Yeah, it's gonna be another game changer, just like the first one was. But what I'm excited for is Gundam Seed Freedom.
I'm not too big on Seed, so I'm not a big. I have no excitement for it, except for I am excited for the 2 real type kits that are coming out.
The new Freedom and the new Justice.
Yeah, those 2, they're getting updated real type colors and stuff. I think they look really nice. They look very sharp.
Yeah. Very. That's on Nick Saber at the Mega Warehouse talking about him.
People that didn't like it. Some people that think the new type colors are a bit bougie.
Right. And I mean, it could be looked at that way. It's different. It's not what we're used to, but dude, it makes it kind of cool and collectible.
I think it has more of a military look to it now.
That's cool. I like that.
Yeah, more streamlined instead of aesthetically correct. It's more military correct. That sounds
No, I'm tracking right there with you. They both very much so look more like they're a military grade piece of equipment instead of a fashion
prototype.
statement.
Yeah.
Because I felt like the Justice was just like a fashion statement.
Right. I agree.
I agree. August. The Justice I thought was cool, kind of cool, but the one I didn't, that I thought was really just kind of bougie, we'll say, was definitely the August. It looked like a giant piece of space calamari.
Everybody's got to have some fish somewhere.
Yeah.
Wow, seriously, dude.
Oh, hey, I mean, what? You know, they got the
I think you
quibbly.
just had to check out on aisle 2.
Right.
They got the quibbly.
Oh man.
Yeah, so I've been paying attention to that, and like I said, this new game, if it would ever finish downloading.
You're sounding kind of peeved about that.
I've only, since we've been talking and I loaded it up, it's only gotten half a gig.
Sounds like you need to up the bandwidth of your Wi-Fi there, dude.
Well, I kind of can't upgrade my Wi-Fi bandwidth when I'm streaming, and I got
Right.
2 kids watching YouTube.
Yeah.
And I'm also streaming to 5 locations.
Right. So it's
up
getting ate up,
bandwidth.
but
Well, you know,
I'm doing great on bandwidth. Hey, ain't no lag, is there? Can you hear me clearly? Hello.
No, I can't
Good?
hear Jack. I can only hear Jack and Shat.
Oh, okay. Was that bantha fodder? Is that what you're looking for? Is that the word you were looking for? Oh,
Yeah.
nerf herder. I got
Nerf herder. Yeah, there we go. Scruffy nerf herder. Yes. Who's scruffy looking? So I hear that there's a new mod for they've taken that new mod for the new Elder Scroll even further for the Jedi Star Wars the Star Wars mod for the Sith Jedi War, where they
Okay.
actually have a lot more of the catchphrases that you can pick from now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's supposed to be like a whole update pack to it.
I remember the Star Wars stuff was big in Elder Scrolls back on 360. I had a friend, they knew how to mod the game, load the mod into the 360 so you could play the mod on Xbox 360
nice.
Hell yeah.
instead of the computer.
Yeah.
So yeah, they loaded up their mod for me one day, and yeah, they showed me all the cool Jedi stuff they were able to build for the game.
Nice.
They went very in depth.
Like my favorite mod for Elder Scrolls was on Xbox One, and it was the Dwarven Armory. I always thought that was cool. Big, massive underground armory, and like just basically you have enough armor, like puppets there to put all your armor on. You can make every weapon and staff and everything in this place.
Oh, okay.
It always glitched out about the time that I got it full though.
It'd be cool if No Man's Sky would get like a Star Wars mod glitch update thing.
Yeah.
Because I got in No Man's Sky, my freighter is it looks like a Star Destroyer. My my regular starfighter, one of my starfighters looks like an X-wing, one of them looks like an A-wing, one of them looks like a Y-wing, and then my main fighter, I call it Corbin's Taxi from The Fifth Element.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But it also looks like it could
Big
be
bro.
Naboo type fighter, kind of.
Oh yeah, the one that Anakin destroyed the shield, the droid transfer.
No, not that kind of Naboo fighter. The late Star Wars Naboo fighters, where they were heavily battle scarred and stuff, not where they're all shiny and new.
Oh, you mean like Mando's kind of.
Yeah.
I thought that was cool how he modified that thing.
Yeah, that is the only thing I think I am caught up on is Mando.
Yeah, I think I've got an episode that I need to watch. Dude, this shield, like, the Shinanzu has so many gimmicks to it. Like, the one I've got has got a shiitake amount of gimmicks to it. It has, like, the part that comes under the... There's a part that comes from where the thruster is on the side for here to hold that on. These flip and rotate. Grenade launcher comes off. Like, dude, this is a sick model. This is my third master grade that I put together, and yeah. I think my next UC one is going to definitely be a Jesta.
Hell yeah.
I don't know if I regret building this kit that I'm working on yet or not, but I'm only 3 runners in. I have all this to work on from it still. And then I've got all these.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. That's gonna be all the exciting parts.
Yeah, these are all the metal parts. So they're like I said, they feel like they're die cast, like electroplated die cast.
Whoa, that's some heavy duty stuff right there.
Yeah, so it's pretty nice.
Seems like if I buy anything next week that's Gunpla related besides tools or supplies, it's probably going to be a metal frame for my Freedom.
Those are really common right now. I would nab one of those if I were you while they're common, because when they're not common or like when they're out of print, the last time I was looking at them out of print, they were like $75. But right now you can get them for like $23, $24. So if you can find them at the right spot.
Actually, I got a friend that's down my roommate that's down in Florida. I might have him stop by Gundam Store USA and see if there's any there and have him pick one up.
Gundam Store USA.
Well, I mean, the only reason is because, yeah.
We are approaching the hour marker, which reminds me. One more time, guys. One more time.
Run it back.
All right. It's Friday Night Restocks. Plus, don't forget about our new sweepstakes now through October 31st. Every purchase will enter you into a drawing for a $100 gift card. Bonus points for each dollar spent. And while you're at it, head on over there and use the discount code G_Syndicate10 to let our sponsors know we sent you. And when you use that discount code, it'll give you 10% off, $25 or more. So head on over there and spend. Get yourself some free gift cards. Hey. All right. And I feel like I don't want to say I feel like a poser, but you know what I mean. You always feel like you're posing when you're doing your job type of a thing, I guess. So now we're done.
It can be, yeah, exactly.
Like, I feel weird enough working around some of the people I work around. I'm like 38. These guys are all running around like 20, like teenagers, beginning 20s, maybe early 30s. And I'm running around with the 30-degree curved spine like it's nobody's business from noon to 6. Non-stop. I probably get one 15-minute break the whole time I'm there. And they're all like, I don't see how you do it. I just find that hilarious. I don't know why. It just is.
Well, that's when you just stare at them straight in the face, don't blink, and just tell them the truth. Condom, bro.
Condom, bro?
Just tell them the truth. It'll scare them straight. They'll be like, holy crap.
Hell yeah.
That's how you do it.
Prophylactics.
I don't know. That might not be politically correct these days, but I'll still get in trouble for it. It's a hill I'm willing to die on.
Well, you know, my girl walked in the other day and was like, so what are we going to name the kid? And I go, well, I'd say something, but if your mother's behind you, I'm not gonna say it. She's like, well, that's good that she's not. What are you gonna name it? Just imagine what FC would stand for.
Oh no.
Well, she calls him Firechild.
Oh.
He's a Sagittarius, and he gives her heartburn from hell. I call him Fuck Trophy.
Crotch goblins are my preferred.
I like that one too. Crotch goblins, yeah. I could see a couple of kids that I know that are part of my family that are definitely that.
All happy. Send. Scuff. Oh, I'm almost done with this runner. These runners take forever, guys. I swear.
I started getting, like, these master grades. I got smart. I did the frame and then I went around it.
Yeah, because I'm doing so much paint work, I want to get it all to that spot. I want to get it all to paint. Like, I don't want to be forgetting anything, leaving anything behind. So all 792 pieces of this kit are going to paint.
Oh, wow. That's a lot of painting. Well, you've got a gun, so, you know.
Got that airbrush. Airbrush. The airbrush is nice, but it does have its drawbacks.
Do you need a filtration system?
No. I got all my stuff.
No, that's a drawback.
Well, the drawback with the airbrush is, okay, in my instances where I live, the humidity is really bad. Like, we don't have good humidity here. There's over 10,000 lakes in the state, bro. We got a humidity issue, okay? So from, I would say, March until September, we get nothing but moisture. So when I turn on my airbrush, I'm constantly fighting moisture. And if I use lacquer paints, that's bad to have that water running through your lacquer paints and stuff, and shit'll spiderweb and orange peel real fast. You don't want those things to happen when you're using your airbrush on paint, so you don't. And I have everything I can have to cure the problem. Like, I had to go through and learn, I can't have certain kind of air pumps and tanks and stuff. I have to have just a general pump that I could dial it in to what I need for PSI, but I can't have any storage tanks or nothing like that because they rust out too fast. So the first two airbrushes that I had, the first two pumps that I had, one of them was on a no tank, where basically it filled up 2 pounds and gave me 2 pounds of spray power. And then the other one I had, it filled up to 5 pounds of air, and I had 5 pounds worth of spray power behind the air. And those both rusted out. They were both spitting within 6 months each. They were spitting rust. Nothing I could do about it. I found out that is because of all the humidity in the air where I'm at. There's nothing you can do about it. So I got this new one that has no tank. It's just a pump, and it pumps direct air directly. It doesn't even store it. It just runs all the time. So, but I can run on this one. I can run 2 airbrushes simultaneously at 30 psi. Neither one of the guns interfere with the other while I'm using them. So, to give you an idea, I found the right system that works for me.
See, that's the thing.
Moisture, because moisture is getting through the system because there's no tank for it to sit in now. Now the moisture just goes directly through the line. And I have a moisture trap up by my buy my airbrush, and it fills up twice at least, like really full, and I have to sit there, wrap a towel around it, and drain it, and soak
Can
up
I
all
give you
that.
a suggestion? You know, like the packets that you get that say "do not eat." You know, the dry beads.
Yeah.
Those you can even use those with electronics. I suggest you get those instead of just sticking it in a bag of rice.
Oh, I don't think that'll work.
Like no, but like those little dry packets, what you do is you put a couple of them in a bag, put your gun in the Ziploc bag, put those packets in there, and it'll keep the moisture out.
Oh no, you can't do that. That's not where the moisture comes in at.
Oh, it's in the system, in the tank, in the compressor and everything.
So when the pump sucks air in, there's humidity
Yeah.
in the air.
Yeah, I
And
get
then
it.
when the air goes through the pump, it goes through the hose, and it
And it
goes
can-
to my gun, to my
Yeah.
brush. So there's no, like I said, there's no spot where that air allows the moisture to stop at within my system. So it pushes air.
I try not to be a little.
It pushes air into this piece right here. And look, I'll even take my gun off so you can see it. This is my filter. It's a water filter. It filters out. But look, even right now as it sits, it's got moisture in it.
Damn.
So, right. So, and if I were to turn this on, shake the hose a little bit, and then spray, it would bring a whole bunch of water up to the filter. And I would have to purge the system before I could even do my first spray. So like I said, I'm constantly, that's what my battle is. While I got all these pieces to paint, my battle is moisture. So I'm going into wintertime where the air dries out up here. So for 4 months, I've got this really perfect dry air for painting. And it's only for 4 months. But that's all I get for the year for perfect painting. So I try to get a bunch of kits ready, to paint every year, like 4 or 5 kits. I'll like get them all sanded and washed and ready to go and have them sitting around.
See, I'm in good old Indiana, so there's like cold, heat. There's like, if you don't like the weather, wait 3 seconds, then like look outside again. I guarantee you it's going to change top weather. But so I don't know what type of setup I would need up here, like where I'm at now. But I hear that they've got a airbrush gun, tank, compressor, the whole setup except for the paint, for like 98. So like basically $100 at Harbor Freight.
Yeah, I heard that one isn't the greatest.
But I heard it's good to start with, though.
Yeah, it'll get you some practice in, for sure. Like I'm still using, $20 airbrush, like my gun, my airbrush, actual airbrush. I only pay $20 for it. I haven't bought any of those expensive airbrushes because I don't truly know if that matters. As long as you're competent with the tool itself, I don't think the quality of the tool should always matter. I don't, you know what I mean? Like, learn how to fine tune your tool yourself, basically. There's things I can teach about airbrushing that there's no videos online that you can learn. Like, I had to go and really dig deep to find fine tuning your airbrush and stuff, like all those types of things. Like, there's not a lot of YouTube videos for airbrushing, which is funny. You would figure, but because of how temperamental the circumstances of airbrushing are with moisture and stuff, it's really hard to come out and say like, well, you have to do it this way, because you have to make so many changes and alterations for yourself to make sure you're getting the product to work properly
For you.
For you and for your situation. So it's really hard for people to make those types of things. However, I do feel like they just skip over the fact that there's a lot of general learning how to tune your airbrush and stuff like that when you first start airbrushing. that people could help out with and stuff. People could.
Yeah, I
mean,
agree with that.
I feel like there is, because that's what I saw was lacking when I, like 3 years ago when I first started looking into airbrushing and stuff. It was like there was a lot of lacking in that department. But airbrushing is one of those skills where some people, it's like tattooing. Not every tattoo artist wants to teach you how they tattoo. Same thing with an airbrush artist. They're not going to want to teach you how they airbrush sometimes, because that feels like they're giving away the secrets to their competition. Because then you can go and airbrush, the same things they can, which means then you can sell it for the same price they can. So there is that still. There's a big group community that holds the art form like it's like a black art or something, I don't know. I feel like Gunpla builders, we're one of those groups that we're very open about our airbrush use and how to do airbrush and stuff. Because usually we're painting flat color most of the time on top of a part. You know what I mean? Like we're not doing fades and ins and outs and loops and stuff. Like we're if we get to that point, we'll see.
I mean, there's some people out there that are doing some pretty interesting paint jobs, but those are more like competition pieces.
Well, yeah. I gotta do a dig for some competitions. I haven't heard or seen anything in my area this fall except for my local chapter of Gunpla. They're doing a competition, but I don't have a kit on hand for that competition, and I don't really feel like doing it either. So they're doing Witch from Mercury this fall, and I'm like, okay, Halloween, Witch from Mercury, all that. That's all good and dandy. I have a few witch kits, but they're already pre-built. Like I already built them, and they're those kind of guys where it's like, no, your kit has to be brand new at the start of the, build off. So I really like those guys. They're great guys. They everybody over there in that club does great builds. And they really helped me out in the beginning, like, my local club. So, I love those guys, but I can't really do those builds like that are like specifically themed like that.
I just recently found out that there's an Indianapolis Gunpla group, and I just recently started getting into that group a little bit, because there's not like, as far as Lafayette goes, like there's not a lot going on in this town Gunpla wise. Like we just like a couple years ago had it's more based on Star Wars because there's Purdue, and Purdue does a lot of the like astronaut training, even to this day they do. But like, yeah, that's all the Comic-Con here really is just mostly that Star Wars
and Star Trek.
Basically, kind of, yeah.
And anime, like
certain animes, yeah.
Not Gunpla anime, but yeah, like specific niche animes.
Yeah. Like there was like last year, I heard that there was a lot of Demon Slayer there.
Yeah, that one seems to be a newer, more popular one. Like also My Hero Academia and
there's like 3 or 4 different. No, Naruto. There's like not adult, but like adult versions of like Naruto and Sasuke, or not Sasuke, but Sakura.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. They grew up. They got kids now. And
like then there's like smaller stuff. There's like hero, like I think there's like 1 Hero Academia costume, and then there's Demon Slayer. There's like toddler-sized Demon Slayer costumes there.
That gets to be a bit much. I really wouldn't let my toddler watch Demon Slayer, but okay.
No, I wouldn't either. If I like when my kid becomes old enough, like I'm definitely dressing him up as Goku and I'm going as Mando.
Well, that's one thing, but I'm saying like There's certain
that's
animes that I have yet to expose my children to, just because.
Yeah.
When I watched some of those animes, man, they kind of warped my fragile little mind. If you know, if I could quote South Park any better, man, the first time I ever watched a Ninja Scroll, dude, I was not ready for that. I was not ready for Ninja Scroll. Okay?
Yeah, that one's definitely a game changer depending on how old you are.
Well, I was 13.
Oh yeah, you weren't ready.
But no, I wasn't. I was not ready for that. Maybe 15, I could have been ready. 16, yeah. No, 13, I was like, I was like, what in the world? You know, because I thought it was just an animation, you know. And at the time, my stepmom, she would let me pick out whatever, you know, movie I wanted at the video shop. Because this is way back when, okay, people, I'm old enough. I think all three of us are old enough on this show to say that when we were kids, 13 and younger, there were stores called video stores.
Yeah.
And you had the Blockbuster, and then you had your local mom and pop shop. Okay, and they, you know, they competed against the mom and pop shop. And so, guys, yes, I am one of those people. Every Friday night, we went to the video store. We rented a video game, a movie, and some soundtrack. Okay, it was weird. I don't know why we rented the soundtrack, but my dad and my stepmom, they loved music, so they would get a bunch of soundtracks and stuff. It was kind of weird. But the fun fact was, I always got to pick out one of the movies that we would get. I'd get to pick out a video game as well because I had a PlayStation. So, and that's back when PS1 was just first coming out. That was yeah. So, my stepmom let me pick out the movie, and my dad never came to the movie theater to pick them out. And he would just be like, "Oh yeah, just." I heard this movie was coming out. I want to watch that, and he'd be like, if they got it, get it, He was that kind of guy. So,
speaking of movies, Godzilla -1 is coming out in December.
Nice. Who's the evil kaiju in this one?
I don't think there is one. It's just man versus Godzilla.
Oh, so kind of like Tokyo SOS and Final War.
Yeah,
something like that.
I saw the preview for it. I have not been excited about Godzilla since 2000.
No, I'm just excited because it's Godzilla, but I'm not excited that it's really not of the caliber that I think we should see in 2023. But I'm excited because it's Godzilla.
For the kind of reverence they give Godzilla, the character, it really makes it hard to like Godzilla. I don't know.
See, I like the kaiju. Like, I like kaiju movies. Don't get me wrong. Yes, I am a well-rounded nerd. Like, and I'm not trying to like monster movies, kaiju, giant robots, and space odysseys, and like medieval and shit like that. Those are my jams. Not gonna lie. You put one of those movies in and it catches my attention within the first 15 minutes, I'm all about it for a couple months. Then I go back to
15 minutes. Damn, I could fall asleep in that time. If it don't get me in the first 2 minutes, I'm out.
I try to get my girlfriend to sit down and watch Nightmare Before Christmas with me, and that's when I learned she has something I like to refer to as "ooh, shiny squirrel disease." Literally, she'll be sitting there for like 3 seconds, and she's like, "Ooh, squirrel! Ooh, squirrel! Ooh, squirrel! I gotta do this," and then she's off. 3 seconds later, she's sitting beside me. Off, she's like, I turn around and she's disappeared again. Like, it's hilarious. I love her to death, but it's like I can't watch the movie.
Boogie Man.
Mm-hmm. Oh, like we had at the store I work at, we had like stuff for the yard, and it was 0.
But then there was another preview I just saw. I'm trying to No, it was good too. What was it? It's another live action from anime.
Oh,
I
It
did
was
see
really
I did-
good. The preview was really good that I saw.
I did see Rise of the Beast.
Rise of
oh,
what?
the Transformers movie.
Oh, the new Transformers.
Yeah,
That's what it was. The live action Transformers 1 is coming out.
Yeah.
It's called Transformers 1.
Oh man, that's gonna be a hard one to fucking.
They better do that shit justice.
Yeah, especially Unicron.
Well, does that mean we're gonna get to see how Optimus was made in that universe?
That's what I'm hoping, because it is the first one. It's supposed to be the origin.
Yeah, it should be about Optimus's origin, like the final chapter
of the origin story for Primes.
Yeah, how he acquired the shard.
Yeah, the leadership, the Matrix. Like
Because-
I really like the original version, like that was back in the old 80s like cartoon or anime technically. But like I don't know if the storyline would, like the way they have it done back in '85 movie, if it would match up with like the stuff that we can do these days. It would have to be more detailed, I think.
Well, what's so nice is back then when they did the original, they put a lot of detail. Well, granted, they used the box cartoon, Transformers, but
Yeah,
they put the detail is in the story.
Yeah,
Okay?
right.
What they originally, and that's what makes Transformers so great and so nice to see it updated and brought into live action and stuff. Is the story is such good story material that it's really easy to develop anything from it. So I think them showing us finally where Optimus comes from and the whole thing about him being, he was a different being completely before he even became Optimus. And a lot of people don't recognize that or admit that or want to talk about that a whole lot. But in the very beginning, before Optimus was made, he was a totally different creature. He wasn't even a Transformer. He was
the first
something else.
to get that. He was a
He was something else. He was
a
they
regular
had
robot.
a different name for him. And RC was also one of them, and then RC became an Autobot
Actually,
later on.
Ileta Prime or something. It was Ileta 1. The computer was his girlfriend before she became the computer, and he was basically the one that was in charge of the Energon storage or something. And he led Megatron right to it. Got blasted.
And then they found his broken body after Megatron had beat him up.
Yep.
And then that's when they created Optimus.
Yep, it was Vector Prime that created Optimus Prime's new body.
Yeah.
That's like I gotta say that's one of my favorite old school primes before Optimus and Optimal. Like what I'm disappointed about it with the newer Transformers movie. For some reason I thought that they were gonna have Primus, like Optimus Primal's last form in there, but of course not.
No, this was basically a redo of. Okay, so
like Earth Spark, Earth Wars.
No.
Series.
No. You remember the original Beast Wars? At the end of the original Beast Wars, they found Optimus's body and everything, right?
Yeah.
So it's like a weird, twisted retelling of that timeline, and they've retwisted it a few times because when they did Transformers Kingdom, they changed up the storyline again. And the Autobots actually fully interact with the beasts and stuff, and in that one, so they enhanced the old story from just finding Optimus to now they're actually helping and participating with Optimus now. So they took the story kind of from that, and then in the live action, they're like, okay, well, we're gonna make it like we've always been here. We've been the Transformers, just like the year one Transformers that say they were like, I was a wheel when I first came to Earth, like that's what he was. Like he was a wooden wheel, type of a thing. That's what he said he was, so those older Transformers. Well, in the original Beast Wars story, the planet they crashed on was Earth.
Yep.
And it was just Earth back before humanity had come about.
It was the prehistoric time, so they actually traveled back in time.
Yeah. So
that part was always unclear to me. It was like
so they were trying to, in the new movie, they were trying to tie that original old story into the new movie. Is what they were trying to do to make it make sense on that level. Like, if you go back and watch this is where those Maximals come from. They come from that cartoon, 1995 or whatever. They come from there.
Yeah.
Now the newer reset of the timeline that they did in the cartoons for Kingdom don't match up with anything new. Like that Kingdom series does not match up with any of the new stuff at all.
No.
So there's where you might also be getting confused, is because that 3-part series of Kingdom, it was supposed to like be a summary of how everything came to be and where it is and where it ended up. Like it was supposed to be real fast. It explained what the Transformers did during their time during the Dark Crossing, because there was a lot of clouded and stuff during the Dark Crossing. Man, I'm just a freaking Transformers nerd, dude.
I love it.
Gundam is like almost second to me when it comes to like Transformers. I love Gundam guys, I really do, and I love building these robots. I really love these guys. But when it comes to me talking about some Transformers, I'm sorry, I'll just get lost.
Mike's my Transformers professional expert.
Carrie's like, I can't even keep up with this conversation right now.
I love it. I like hearing it though.
What really loses me is like, why did the Titans come back and why did they start fighting each other? And why were they included with headmasters?
Well, the Titans are oath bearers, aren't they? So you got to remember that they may not have wanted to do what they were doing, but they were upholding their oath to something.
Yeah, they sworn their oath.
That's why Optimus went against them, is because he was the smallest of the Titans. And he wasn't supposed to be like their leader or anything. He was known as the smallest of them. And,
but his courage and the moral standing that he encompassed is what why he became a leader.
Yes, exactly. And,
he was standing against the tide.
Right, but going back to the bond he had with the other Titans and stuff in that whole setup, that, like I said, that's where like they started veering off. Like they went really far out there with that story. And it didn't upset me. I was just like that's part of where they go. They go a little ways out there, bro.
A new perspective, a different look.
Yeah.
I thought it was cool how they got Wingblade to bond with Metroplex. I thought that was cool.
Yeah, I was.
Some of the other
Metroplex toy.
There's a guy here in town that runs a collectibles toy store. He has a Metroplex, like one of the big ones. Like it's like that, like probably like right where my hand is to the floor.
Oh yeah,
it's one of the big ones. Yeah, and then he's also got Fortress Maximus.
Yeah.
And then he's also got a Gen 2 Optimus Prime and Ultra Magnus.
Yeah.
That's my favorite version of Optimus Prime and Ultra Magnus. The first time when they power link.
Right, because Ultra Magnus was the big super complex, right?
He was the one that moved all the car. He was the car mover. He was the call
Yeah,
hauler.
yeah. That's right. Yep.
Yeah. And then that one he's another car hauler, but he has a Gatling gun that like different attachments and everything, and makes the Optimus Prime like it's just cool.
The Metroplex is the one that turns into the big base, though, right?
Yeah, he was the city. He was Autobot
Yeah.
City.
Yeah.
And
Dude,
then,
one of my favorite Transformers was Rodimus Prime. I had the awesome little Rodimus, and I for some reason I always it was my favorite one. I don't know why. Maybe because it reminded me of El Camino.
Because he had flames on him.
Right? I always thought it was really cool. And I liked the
orange and
gun that
red
came in his trailer.
flame.
That gun that came out of the trailer, it was always cool.
Yep.
yeah, like did he ever get the super mode like Optimus Prime got?
No.
He wasn't that kind of prime.
Right.
No.
He stole his primeness, literally.
Yeah, he wasn't. He's not a prime in the sense that Optimus is a prime. He was a prime before they gave a definition to the name prime and what it really meant and stuff. You see, when they really first invented Transformers and everything, the whole prime name, they gave it to like 10 different robots.
Right.
And they didn't give a definition to what prime really meant, except for like we thought, oh, it just meant it's a bigger, stronger robot than the other robots, and that's
he's one of the prime.
and it evolved from that concept. So we
Right.
had Rodimus Prime, Magnus Prime, Optimus Prime. The only one who was a prime that didn't get called prime was Megatron. He changed his name from whatever prime he was to Megatron, and that was part of the story.
And
It's like the whole Lucifer story.
Isn't Megatron the successor of the Fallen?
No, well, because the Fallen was a prime as well.
Right.
Yeah, he was one of the
original primes.
But like I said, so that story comes later. Like that's a much later addition to the whole story. Like so
eons later.
That the importance of the primes were not the same as they were, or
back then.
They evolved the importance of that title, and then like Bumblebee becomes a prime.
Yeah.
Right.
I think Bumblebee would I think he made a better prime than Rodimus on certain levels.
Like for his path, his tail. You know what I mean? He had to fight. He was a small guy, underdog, against all odds. He and selfless sacrifice to earn the title.
Yep. And he kicked ass every day just to be able to get energy on, let alone anything else.
We got a chat room going. Nobody's chatting. He'll be right
No.
back. Hey, how you doing?
There we go.
What?
What?
I think.
Love you.
I love you. All right, everybody's back.
Yeah, I think so.
Carrie,
We had Carrie cut out, and then
Carrie's got some hardcore leg. Leg time. I'm
trying to find something on Crunchyroll. I wish they would have finished Eden Zero.
I'm keeping an eye on it, Carrie. Right now, you got full bars. Oh, you smiled and it went down a bar. Stop it. Knock it off.
Dude, that's just... What the hell?
I laughed and it went down another bar. Damn it. Too much positivity.
You know what? Since the last time we've actually been together, I've actually gotten really good at being positive most of the time again.
It's like a habit. It just becomes a habit.
Yeah, it has become a habit. I will say that. And like some people get kind of pissed off at me because of it. I just laugh.
Yep, it's because they have a doubt. If you have any kind of doubt, it leads to fear. If you have any kind of fear, it leads to inaction. Inaction to more fear, and just keeps the cycle. You have to take action.
Well,
But that's why I constantly try to push myself to do one thing that I know is out of my comfort zone a day. I have a very, very rock steady belief that humans grow in adversity. Not bad adversity, just getting out of your comfort zone at least once or twice a week would even be good.
Absolutely. I agree. Yeah, try or in other words, we'll just you're great at it, some development that you pour your time into, it feeds your self-esteem, is good mental health.
Yes, and another thing that I like to I like to stress with certain people, get a hobby. I'm not saying that like what we do here, but just I tell people that just even if it's collecting coins, like something to spend your time on instead of just TV.
Yeah.
Boob tube, no boob tube or handheld boob tube as much.
Right.
I'm not saying they're not good, but shit.
I get so lost in TikTok right now, because I'm trying to build myself up in TikTok as well. But I just I find myself getting so lost just scrolling through TikTok.
Paper cap or something like that.
Yep.
That's what I use. And I've actually gotten some, I made a reel that hit 1.3 in just views alone. I was pretty surprised by that. Hey, look, Guyver.
I feel like I might be able to do more exercises tonight.
Hell yeah. Get it, big man.
Well, a couple days ago, I did some exercises, and I didn't stretch properly before. I pulled something up here, and then I pulled something right here. So it was my chest and my shoulder on the same side were both so I'd lean forward, and it felt like my muscles would all fall out.
Oh.
That's what it felt like. It felt like they were all just bloop, every time I'd lean forward. And then it would hurt. The pains wouldn't even be any kind of weird pain, but I'd start breathe. I'd take a deep breath to fill up all the way, and it would just sharp pains. Real.
Yeah, I hate that. Yeah, I was being stupid. I was doing one-legged squats, and I kind of groin a little bit. So I'm like,
So that's what I think I'm gonna do tonight. After we get off the show here, I'll be doing my little exercises.
Well, I had a whole total different workout session today. I had to move a bunch of stuff around that was heavy. I had to move some boxes around that were heavy, and I normally don't do that. Not to this heaviness. But most of the heavy stuff that I move at where I work is fake blood.
Okay.
Literally work at a Halloween store.
That's pretty fucking cool, man. I'd love that. I'd be dressed up all the time.
I've got a Phantom of the Opera mask, and I've got a Guy Fawkes mask back here on my bedpost that it lights up. It's white, but it's got neon blue lights where the eyes and stuff, and it flashes and everything. I came around the corner one day and I scared the crap out of someone's grandma. Oh man, yeah, it's fun there. I will say that, but there is some drawbacks.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I work with mostly kids, or adult kid-minded people.
Right. Yeah. No, I get it. So hopefully, I'll have some good news here to I guess, tell you guys about. But I'm still working on it at the moment. But I did get an offer from a company in which I have to have some classification. So I keep my work quiet as to what I do.
Sounds fun.
It is, well, but I can give you it's part of the Oshkosh company. They make military vehicles, and they're partnered up with the Pierce company that makes fire trucks, and they're also partnered up with a company called Telecommunications that does news vans and storm chaser vehicles. So
So they're making an all-purpose like get you through a vehicle. We'll say.
no, there's different lines, different types of vehicles. So we produce command vehicles for like the sheriff's department or SWAT teams. One would be like a fire truck emergency unit, or one would be like a news van with a telescope.
Yeah, we lost him.
I love the image though.
I just look over and
Bro, I don't know what happened.
like, dude, I think your positivity meter just blew out the like rating on your phone or device, whatever you're using.
I think my phone's starting to get hot and it's starting to cut signal little by little.
Oh, well, better get the bag of peas. But yeah,
Looks good, Mike. Looks good, man. Damn.
Basically, first responder and media vehicles.
Yep, and also we build simulator containment units for like military simulator training.
Yeah,
Fun thing. You're gonna be having fun. That's cool.
Yeah.
We'll see. I think it'll be really interesting. It's going to be a new, an additional to my skill sets in using all my acquired skills to do a completely new production.
There you go. And I'm getting ready. Like, I'm hoping to get the rest of my FAFSA filled out the next couple of days, so I can get in second semester at Ivy Tech.
Cool. Hell yeah!
Going for IT and applied science.
Nice.
Yeah.
As I go, knowledge is a treasure. The key is using it.
Mm-hmm. That's where wisdom comes into play. And I found this really cool meme. It's like a celestial dragon. It says, "I may be getting silver, but I don't. It's something. Wisdom highlights is what it said at the end of it."
Oh boy.
Yeah, I'm getting silver, and I'm like, oh crud, here we go. I'm getting old.
Got that silver fox going on.
Oh man, like, I just got like that one of the whole scenes between Grandma's boy and the pot dealer, and a couple images of, hey, I just looked out the window and there he was, the freaking king of the jungle, man.
Yo.
What else you got lined up, Mike? We got 15 minutes to go. We'll have 2 hours in.
Yeah,
my phone's getting hot.
Yeah, well, I got this guy. This is it's gonna be. I'm gonna take it apart to top coat it so we can put water slides on it next. That's where we're at in the process for this kit. So this is peak kit bash performance from me. If you want to know how I feel about this kit and all the work I've put into it and stuff, yeah, I feel like it's very much so peak kit bash performance product.
Hell yeah, I agree.
It's got 4 arms. You know,
dude, that thing is sick.
What I'm most impressed by is how you made the leg units fit the core Gundam.
Hell yeah.
that's a whole bunch going on in there, right?
I know, dude, it's incredible. Like, that was spot on, good thinking shit.
Like, come on, guy. So there's the core Gundam leg. Still available to see. It fully comes apart, which is really nice.
Dude, how long did it take you to get that built?
Well, I started this like last January.
I was saying you were like on 8 months, 6 or 8 months total. I mean, from start to like the completion point where you're at.
Yeah. I believe, like, because what is it? So I didn't, the time frame that I worked on it is I only worked on it while I was live.
You know, say Kit Bash Friday nights only.
Yeah, I was only working on it Kit Bash Friday nights until I painted it. And then I put it up on the shelf for a while to just to get it out, out of my way because I wanted to take a breath of fresh air and just do some snap builds and stuff for a little bit. And that's what I did. Here's this backpack unit, by the way. This is the whole backpack unit.
Oh, yeah. Can I see the connection point up close, Mike?
For what part?
The backpack, where it connects to the back.
All right, so here's
Yeah, okay.
Here's the two tabs. They're just two little tabs, 3mm tabs.
Gotcha.
And then I had to drill out the back of the Gundam
to make for the holes.
Yep. But I got it really good, and they line up damn near.
Hell yeah!
So that's what theirs, and then here's the core Gundam. Here's what's left of the core Gundam after
you
take all the armor. So he looks pretty awesome.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He'll be my next top coat project, so he'll get broken down into more pieces than he is now, even. And all these pieces will get top coat, and then after top coat, water slide. I'll have to go through and pick out all the water slides I want for the project. And what that means is there were a bunch of there'll just be a bunch of random parts, but I have a bunch of yellows that matches time frame period military colors and stuff.
Yeah.
And so I think that's what I'm going to be using. And then here's all the details that I put into the head. Like I had to paint those details in.
Yeah. Dude, that shit goes a long way. I do that to all of mine, like little spots here and there, because if you look at it hard enough, you're going to be like, damn.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. I like it.
So I put a lot of effort into detailing this guy up. So once I do get him top coated, and I am going to do panel lining on this kit once it's top coated and everything. So
what's your panel lining choice going to be?
My next stage is I've been showing this guy off for a while. This gold guy, he's
man,
he's falling apart. I'm gonna probably glue him together, but his poly cap broke on this leg. So
oh shit, that sucks.
Yeah, well, it is what it is. It still goes on, and he can still stand up. So
that's the important part.
Yeah, so he won't be getting too many more poses or pictures. So that's what I was doing with him recently, was trying to get all my good poses and pictures out of him. And then, because this is Gundam C packs, I have in my backlog Gundam A packs, and I'll be doing almost the same kind of treatment that I did to this Gundam with the golds to the Gundam A packs build. So that's going to be like a theme. And if I can, eventually I'll get a B packs. B packs is really easy to find. It's basically C packs with a different backpack. So it won't be too hard to get B packs. So that's kind of what's going on with me and where my build setup stands. I have 4 kits that need to get finished. I have a Zeta Gundam Verka Master Grade getting finished. And
I've been eyeballing that in the hobby shop. I keep seeing it. It looks awesome. I like it. I think it's cool.
It's worth it. It's worth it to build. It really is. However, I would recommend painting everything. Paint everything. And here's why. Because as good of a build as it is and everything, you're still going to see some stress marks and nub marks as you move the kit around and like open up vents and stuff. You'll see the nub like placements, and it's just way better if you just paint those. just paint them. So even if you do see them, you know, it's a lot better looking than the white stress mark type thing.
Awesome. Great tip.
So
Great
that's my only
tip.
thing. Yeah, they did a good job, but there's a couple parts on the chest plate, on like the red piece on the chest and the blue piece and the yellow, where there's nub marks, and they're really hard to take care of. Like, I didn't even treat the ones on the vents. I just painted them. I was just like, I don't care. I was like, I gotta paint these, even if the nub marks are there, and they're so subtle you can't see them, you know, with the paint over them. So no biggie there.
Yeah.
But that blue really shows white stress marks really bad. It's a really nice.
I just had on some of the kits over built. You got to really cut them and grind them down from there.
Mm-hmm.
It still doesn't always promise.
No. So, yeah, I've just learned painting makes everything nicer.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, where are we? We're at 151. Let's go ahead and give one more Happy Day shout out to our sponsors over at Clarksville Hobby Depot.
Friday night.
Plus a new sweepstakes. Now through October 31st, every purchase will enter you into a drawing for a $100 gift card. Bonus points for each dollar spent at ClarksvilleHobbyDepot.com. Head on over there. And while you're there,
with that, more with the hanger code 10. Yeah, man.
G_Syndicate 10. Head on over there and use that. It'll let our sponsors know that we sent you over there to hang out with them. So head on over to ClarksvilleHobbyDepot.com and check it out. They've got tools, they've got supplies, they've got gunplas, tanks, planes, trains, and all sorts of things in between. So head on over there, get your diorama fills, and get your skills up with Clarksville Hobby Depot.
Absolutely.
All right.
Get those skills up. That's what this game is always all about. Is getting your skills up.
Also,
it's not about the best kit. You buy a piece of shit kit, you get some basic tools, some love. That's Gunpla.
Also want to thank our guest for the evening, Bit Cloudwise. Thank you for coming in and hanging out with us tonight, Bit. We'll look forward to having you back
I enjoyed it.
once in a while.
You still rocking the X-Fire Customs?
Yep, I am still loud and proud Hexfire Customs.
Right.
And yeah,
that will never change. Like, I'm currently trying to do stuff with my group though. Like I said though, it is like all nerd stuff. So yeah.
Cool beans. Oh,
Thanks for having me again though.
Oh, obviously. Awesome. Yeah. And like I said, I had just launched the podcast tonight, and I was like, well, he's talking to me right now. Why not just have him just come on real quick, and we'll discuss the difference between the two builds, because like I said, in the Sinanju I have, they don't have hoses. there's no hose.
We don't need your stinking hoses.
Yeah. And then on the original red and black and gold one, it has the hoses on the waist. So,
yeah, it's like, yeah, that's my problem is that one hose right there. But like you said, it's probably a whole pressure thing with the spring.
Yeah, I figure once you get all those final few pieces put in there with that, I think that it'll create a pressure to lock it in place.
See, like there's there's one that goes around this. The stuff that goes around that, and then there's the one that goes right around where the side skirt thrusters are. It goes right above it into the front, like retro thrusters.
Yep. So I haven't done a single master grade with those hoses yet. No Xeon suits really in my repertoire yet.
Right on. Yeah, I have not. I did one. I did a Sharzaku HG, and that's it so far.
Okay.
Well, I've got one sleeve suit and then one Zaf suit. Well, I take that back. I've got like 2 mono eyes, 3 mono eyes, and that's it. Really.
Okay.
Really. Most of them are Gundams. And just recently, I got a command Quanta T.
Ooh.
I gotta finish that up.
Cool. All right. Well, yeah, I think that's it for me, guys.
Hell yeah, gentlemen, it's been a good one.
Audi 5000, and then we'll see everybody maybe Monday for a some sort of build day with Andrew the Wicked Wookie, and then on Wednesday we'll see if we have a Wednesday show or not.
Yeah, I'd say we should have one. This is the week.
All right, and then Thursday, late night load. Head on over, you guys. 9 p.m. Central. We'll load up some video games. This past Thursday or yesterday Thursday, I was playing Nintendo Switch. I might switch over to PlayStation, or I might get this Gundam game on my mobile to finally turn on. And so if I can get that mobile game to turn on and play, we'll be playing the heck out of some mobile next time on late night load. And and then Friday Kit Bash coming up. So thank you guys for coming out, and you guys all have yourselves a great time, and we'll see you next time on Friday Night Kit Bash.
Friday Night Kit Bash. Friday night. Friday night Kit Bash. Friday night Kit Bash. Friday night.